Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial video. In this video, we will gonna see how to do a feature editing on the WebGIS platform. Basically how to create a feature, how to edit the feature, its shape, and how to even delete a feature on the WebGIS, basically on the web page. Just like in any GIS desktop software such as ArcGIS and QGIS. So we'll be seeing how to do that on the WebGIS. When you publish your data on the WebGIS, if you want to modify it, you want to delete it, you want to add a feature, so we'll see how to do that using two softwares. We will be using GeoServer and OpenLayers. So OpenLayers is just a front-end API, so we'll be using it for drawing the feature, for deleting the feature, for modifying the shape of the feature. And GeoServer will be using for editing it and updating it, basically for creating feature, for updating on the server side. So we will be using the WFS service, web feature service of the GeoServer. So this can be done directly also, like you can push your data in the PostGIS database and then you can run the query, insert, update, SQL queries, and you can edit the data. But if you don't know, you don't want to use the database and you don't know SQL and all, so what you can do, you can just push your data inside the GeoServer and you can use the WFS service for inserting the feature, for editing the feature and deleting the feature. So we'll be seeing how to do that using GeoServer, and for front end we'll be using OpenLayers. So like you will be able to see my web page now. So here this is the front end. Basically this is designed using the OpenLayers. So this layer switcher is the third party plugin, and this map, everything, this data is coming from the GeoServer, but this front end is the zoom in, zoom out. This is using the OpenLayers and draw and everything. So first of all, the prerequisite of this tutorial is basically you need to have a GeoServer installed on your PC, just like this. So if you don't have GeoServer installed, you don't know how to install, you can go to my earlier videos. There is a video called WebGIS development from the scratch. That's a very long video. In that in the timeline also I have mentioned, so you can go to that particular timeline how to deploy the GeoServer inside the Tomcat, and further how to push your data, also how to push your shape files inside the GeoServer. So you can see that video and push your data, and after that you can come to this video and see how to do the editing. So first of all, I will explain what is this very small application. This small application I have developed only for the editing. Nothing more feature is there in the, is not there in this application, only for feature editing. So this is the front end GUI of the application. This is the on the right side, you can see this is the layer switcher. You can switch on, switch off the layer. This is two base map I have used. One is the satellite based, one is the OpenStreetMap. So you can switch between these two. And this colored layer is basically WMS layer. WMS is basically nothing, is the exact feature is not coming, is the tiles, images, image tiles are coming from the GeoServer. GeoServer is giving the images of that only, not actual data is fetching. But for editing you need to have a actual data. So this WFS layer which I have added of this layer only. So now actual feature we are fetching using the WFS service of the GeoServer, and then we will edit it. So you have to add WFS layer, otherwise you will not be able to edit. Like if I see the information, this information is coming from the GeoServer about this datasets, and this is the only image. Now if I add the WFS layer, so you can see this is now actual feature it is fetching. These are the actual features, and this is the legend of this. So what I have developed, basically I have given a toggle editing. This is the get feature info. If you want to get the information about any feature, you just click here, you get the information about the feature. You switch off this, click here, it will switch off. Now toggle editing we have I have given, basically when you click here, now you can do the feature editing. If you click again, it will disable all the editing feature. So let me start the editing. Now if you select, means you can select a feature and it will give you the information also, like it is the population and the name of the state. Now if you want to modify, or suppose you want to create a feature, you just click here, create. So now draw feature will activate. This is developed using the OpenLayers. You can click like this, you can start drawing the feature like this, and even it is snapping to the other feature. As you can see, it is automatically snapping, so there will be no gap between this feature and this feature. you just double click it. So now it has created a new feature. It is asking you to update the attributes also. You can give any name, such as, let me give test, and persons means population, let me give anything, just rough data. So either you can delete, if you don't want to add this feature, you can delete it, so it will not add. Otherwise, again, you just go, you start drawing. It is snapping to this also, as you can see, it is automatically snapping to it. Now give another name, let me give test. I'll give some random name. And persons, I will give any random number, and I will click on save. So it will say feature saved successfully. Okay, so now you can see, now the feature is there, but in WMS layer, in WFS actual vector data, it has been added, but in WMS it is not coming, because you have to refresh the layer. Just zoom in, zoom out once, definitely the layer will come. As you can see, now there's a feature called test name has come up, it has been added, as you can see here now. So if you see now, if you stop editing and you just click here, get feature info, so it has added the feature. If you want to see whether it has added in the actual shapefile also, let me show you. I have this data here. I will open this data in QGIS. As you can see, feature has come up. Now I will show you how to modify, and again how to delete and everything. So this feature, I will again show you the shapefile that feature has been edited. So now again I will start editing. If you want to again you want to create a feature, just click here. Again it is, see, automatically it is snapping, it is going, it is not leaving any gap between the features, automatically snapping. You can see here, you click here, and give any, like this. Let me give another name, anything. I'm giving any random name and any random value. So now you can see feature has been created here. As you can see, feature has been created, and it is in WMS layer also. It has been created. Now again we will go to that shapefile. I will again open it. So you can see here, the two features are added. Now I will show you how to modify it also. You just click here for modify, just click here. So you can modify the attributes, any random name. Let me give you test 1 2 3 4 5. Just save it. Feature updated successfully. So now it has updated the attributes. So you can modify the shape also, as now you can see. So WMS layer will take a bit of time because it is coming as an image tile. So it is in the cache. You have to refresh the WMS layer. Now you can see test 1 2 3 5. So if you toggle editing, get feature info, so it has changed the name, it has changed this also, population also. Now you can modify using the modifier, you can modify the shape also. Let me show you how. Again we start editing, modify, click. When you click here, it will ask you two things, feature also, and it will activate the modification also. So let me modify this like this, like this, like this. So you save it again. So now you'll see the shape has been modified. Now again you can see now shape has been modified. So again we will see here this data in the QGIS. So shape has been modified here. So like this you can even delete a feature also. Now I will show you how to delete a feature also. So for deleting a feature, you have to again start editing. Just select. So now you will be able to select the features. Just click here and delete feature. So it will ask you, are you sure you want to delete the selected feature? Just make it okay. So now feature has been deleted, but the WMS layer is still coming. Either you refresh the WMS layer, otherwise if you go front and back 2-3 times, refresh it, automatically the because WMS layer is coming as a image file styles, so it is already the browser will save some cache inside the cache memory, so that's why it is showing for 1 or 2 seconds, otherwise the feature has gone now. So you can go and you can see in the actual shapefile which is coming from the GeoServer, the feature has gone. Okay, so let me delete another feature here. I will this feature, let me be like this only. So now you can see get feature information about this. You have deleted the feature, you have updated the modify the feature, you have updated the attributes also. So let me log in through GeoServer. If you have installed the GeoServer on your on your machine, you can log in through admin GeoServer password. This is the by default password. You have to go to the port GeoServer and you have to write GeoServer, and then you can log into your GeoServer. So let me show you layer preview of this layer which I have already published. This is this build population, this one. So as you can see now, this layer has been headed here in the actual data. So you are able to change the data actually in the actual. Now I will show you. I will delete this feature and again I will see in GeoServer whether it has been changed or not. Again I will do toggle editing, select, delete this feature. Feature delete successfully. Now we'll go for the layer preview again. Now I refreshed it, you can see the feature has gone. So you are able to do the editing on the WebGIS very easily. So the same application is there, but just I have changed the data. Like in this we have the state boundaries. Here I have just created a few of the shapes of the building. So what you can do, you can add a base layer just like this as a satellite. Then you can digitize the building on the web. I will again start the editing, then create like this. You can create. So it will ask you about this name. You can give any name. I will give just random name. Let me give any area. So this, see, as you can see now, data has been added. Now if I go on pop up, you can check the get feature info. So it has been added. So now this data, this building data is coming from the database. I have basically uploaded the data in the database, then I have published through GeoServer. So as you can see now, if I refresh this is the PostGIS database. So now you can see one more feature has been added here, 87. So like this, so data, you are able to update the data in your base file, whatever, whether it's a shape file, whether it's a PostGIS database. So you are able to update the data in your base database basically using the GeoServer. In between there is a GeoServer which is giving you the you can exploit the WFS service and you can edit the data. Now also as you can see, when you create this data, there is an option of basically like this. It's a snapping. Very good option of snapping is there. You can give any name. I will give any this. Feature added successfully. So now you will be seeing this data has been added here, and in the database again I will refresh it. So you can see data has been added. And if you go in the GeoServer also, this population, this building layer, you just zoom out, you will be able to see this data has been added here. So like this, you can even modify you just click here. If you want to modify the shape, like you click here, you can modify the shape to anything like this, just save it. So it will change the shape also like as you can see now, the shape has been modified. Here if you refresh it, the shape has been modified. Similarly, the shape will be modified in the database. So this is this has been developed using OpenLayers and GeoServer. And like for deleting also, if you have to select this, then click here, delete the feature, okay, and just save it. So now the feature will be deleted. As you can see, it is gone. And here also on this GeoServer, if you refresh it, definitely data will be gone. And in the database also, if I refresh it, only 7 features are left. So now I will explain you how I did that, how I developed this, and I will explain the code also, how to do this, how to develop this kind of application. So this is very generic for basically for one layer. What you can do, you can basically give a drop down here, and whatever layer you want to edit, suppose 10 layers, so in the drop down you can declare 10 layers, then you can make it dynamic. So when you select layer from the drop down, so it will edit that particular layer. So that can be done also, but I have just now for the tutorial purpose I have shown only for the single layer. So what in GeoServer, basically how I have used this, first of all, if you logged into GeoServer, on the left side, if you see this demos, you just click here. So there is demo request. So here it will give you the basically scripts for updating for lot of things, WCS service, WFS service, like WFS get capabilities, get feature, get bounding box, a lot of basically you can like intersects, get feature FID. So many things are there. Like for transaction is these are the for transaction, WFS transaction delete. If you want to delete the feature, so this is the XML request you need to send to the GeoServer for deleting the feature. So this is I have used this one only. So here you have to change this layer name, and this is the basically top type LE. This is basically attribute on the basis of which you want to delete a feature, like this type, then values LE. So it will delete that particular feature which is having attribute type is equal to LE. And similarly for updating is for inserting, you want to create a new feature, you want to update, this is the XML request you need to send to the server. So this is the layer name, the geometry, the geom, then what type of feature is basically is the line string, it's a line, point, polygon. Then you have to give the coordinates. Basically it will take the GML format. So GML is nothing, geography markup language. So there is standard for particular feature, there is a particular way of writing it, just like KML is there, GeoJSON is there. So it's a way of writing for particular feature. Like for line string you have to write like this, for point string you have to write like this, for polygon there is another way. So you have to, here in the coordinates you have to pass the coordinates of all the vertices. Okay, so this is for inserting. And then there is update. If you want to update the only attributes you want to update, so you have to give the layer name, this is the attribute name, and this is the value of the attribute, and for particular FID, because whenever you push your data inside the GeoServer, it will create a unique ID for each feature, FID. So that you have to pass that also. Like update geom, if you want to update the geometry, so similarly in the GML format you have to give. So I have used basically these scripts for updating. So I'll be explaining you how I did that. So what I will gonna do, side by side I will show you how to basically, I will switch off this. This is my application on the right side, and this is my code on the left side. So one by one I will be explaining you on what basically what button for what button I have written the what code, and how I added the layer, how I added this this one basically layer switcher and region and everything. So I'll be showing you how I did. So as you can see, first of all, nothing, this is a pretty simple HTML page. So I have imported few of the libraries first. So you need to have OpenLayer 6. So you can see my earlier videos how to import the library. So these two are for ol.css is the style basically CSS file of the OpenLayers. This is the layout of the OpenLayers. Then this is the CSS of the layer switcher. So this you have to download the OpenLayer API, and then you have to give the link of that in your web page. You are importing basically the already developed API in your HTML page in your application. Then this is the layer switcher. So I have imported the style for that. So this is the third party plugin. So on the OpenLayer third party page you can get the link of, you can download and you can import that also. Then this is the JS file, JavaScript file basically for the OpenLayer. This is for the layer switcher, and we are using the jQuery for few of the functions. So jQuery you can find on the internet very easily and you can import. And Bootstrap is for just for the styling. This button and everything is for Bootstrap. It's also pretty simple. You can find any on the internet Bootstrap, and you can download and you can import. So this first is for importing the APIs. Then this part is styling part. So like HTML body, this is the whole body means 100%. Then legend is basically, this is the CSS for legend for this, the height, the width, the location of this. Then select feature is for this button. Then create feature, like modify feature, delete feature, toggle editing means for this. Then get info means get feature info. Then map is this map, your map is coming, this map. Then this is for pop-up, all other, now all pop-up, after, before. This is for pop-up. When you click here you get this is for pop-up only, everything. Okay, like here in this page also for get feature info, this is for pop-up. After that, this is the HTML part. This is, I am just creating a button like get info button, select feature button, create feature, modify feature, delete. So initially these are disabled, like when you click here then only it will be enabled. Then pop-up, this is for pop-up which we are creating. Okay, now from here our main code starts. So first we have declared these are the variables which we have used, GeoJSON layer name. One by one I will explain in the code. Here as you can see now, first these three lines are for container for our pop-up. Like whole pop-up is a container, then inside there is a pop-up content, and then pop-up closer. Basically this whole is a pop-up, then pop-up content is this content which is coming, and this pop-up closer is basically this, the for closing the button, this button. Then overlay, basically we are overlaying it on the map. So we are declaring the overlay, new ol.overlay, element is container, this pop-up. Okay, so we are adding the overlay on the map for showing this pop-up. Then this is for closing it. When you click on the close button, so it will close the pop-up. You will not be able to see. Then we'll declare the view. View means basically you have to give the projection. We are using the EPSG 4326 geographic WGS84 projection. Then center of the map, on where you want to open the map when you first load the map. This is the latitude longitude for that. Then zoom. Then view overview means this map overview also you can, so inside where it will open. So for that also this is OL view for the overview map. Then we are adding the base map. Two base map we are adding. One is the OSM, like this two base map in the both the, there are two base map. One is this OSM, one is satellite. So this is that only. We have added two layer. Then again we have added one OSM layer for this. Inside this also we want to show the base map. Okay, now after that overlays. Basically overlays means these two layers. So we have created a two layer group. One is base map, one is overlays. So this is the overlays layer group. In that we have added only one building, top building. This is coming from GeoServer. As you can see now here, GeoServer, if you go to the layer preview, you'll be able to see this one, top population. So just I have copied it from here. I have given the link of my GeoServer, localhost 8082, the port number, GeoServer WMS service we are using, and this name of this, and same building name I have given here, the title. So you have to give the same name, otherwise legend will not come. Then after that we have created a map out of it. View means earlier we have declared a view, and overlays we have added the overlay, means for this one, this overlay for pop-up, and this view is this one. So you inside map you have to declare this. So now after that, map.add layer base map we have added base map, and we have added overlays. Okay, now mouse position, if you see somewhere you will be getting, I'll show you. So I have to modify the location of it. This somewhere here location mouse position is coming, or it is not correct. You can modify the location from the CSS. Okay, that can be modified pretty easily. So after that, this is the overview, means this overview is coming. Then this is for full screen, is if you click here it will go on to the full screen. This is for zoom to extend. When you, this is for the zoom in zoom out, means two button. This one, zoom in zoom out. Then zoom extend means when you click here it will zoom to these extent. Let me show you like this. So here you can give your extent according to your need. Then this is the layer switcher. This is a third party layer switcher. When you, after importing the API, you can declare layer switcher like this, and you can add the layer switcher. So now your layers you can switch on and switch off. So this function is for legend I have created. So whatever WMS layer are coming from GeoServer, it will give the legend here. This is nothing else. This is the function for that. Now we will add this WFS layer, because for editing we need WFS layer. WMS layer you cannot edit because it is just images, but WFS layer is actual feature data. It is in GeoJSON. We are using GeoJSON format. So like this URL is basically nothing. If you click on this URL, where this URL comes from, basically if you go on GeoServer, okay, let me go to again GeoServer. Yeah, if you go to layer preview, if you want to get the basically WFS link, what you have to do, just go here, population, there is an option for open layers. If you go here, there is an option for WMS and WFS. So just click on GeoJSON. So this link will open. Basically this link I have just copied from here. Just I have removed this max feature is equal to 50. Now it is loading the 50 features. I will just remove this. So now it is loading all the features. I have just copied it. So this is the GeoJSON format. Actual feature we are fetching. You can see the coordinates and all the attributes also. So like this we have added. This is the URL for that particular layer. As you can see, same layer, top building name, it is there. And after that we are declaring, this is the style only. You can change this style like color, white color. This is the opacity. As you can see, this is transparent. If you simply make it 0.5, let me show you. Yes, let me save it. This is for this page, I think. So I'll refresh it. Now you'll see the opacity has it has become more opaque. If I'll make it full 1, now you will see it is completely white. So that's why I have just kept it 0.1. So let it be transparent. Okay, now you can see it's transparent. And this is the boundary, a stroke, image. This is the color for boundary, width. So basically we are styling this layer. nothing else. This is style. Now we are creating a WFS layer. For creating WFS layer, you have to give new over layer dot vector title like WFS. You can change this. Then you have to give a source dot vector, then format is GeoJSON, and then URL. So this URL which I have declared here, just I have given this. You can give any name to it. Either you can copy and paste URL directly here also, but I have given the URL name, so I have declared URL. You can give any name here. Just you have to make sure that same name is given here, and this is style. We are giving it here. Okay. And after that, what we have done, overlays dot get layers dot push JSON. We have added inside this overlays. We are pushing it inside the. If we simply add map dot add layer GeoJSON, so it will go above this overlays. Like if I do like this and I will uncomment it, so as you can see, this layer is coming above the overlays. So that's why what we are doing, we are pushing it in the overlays layer group like this. Now whenever you add a layer, just you have to call this function layer switcher dot render panel. Then highlight style. When you select this feature, this is for highlighting the style, this blue boundary. So another layer we are creating, feature overlay. So whenever you are selecting the feature, so another layer we are adding here. As you can see, feature or new over layer vector, source vector, map, style, highlight style. This is the style for this. Okay. So now we have added all the layers and everything. Now our main functions have started now, like toggle editing. When I toggle the editing, what it will do, it will activate all my this buttons. So this is, I have select feature dot disable is equal to false. Now I have enabled all the buttons, and I have given the color also. This, as you can see, if the color is this gray color, so it will change the color to coral, this color, as you can see now. And else, if already this coral color is there, it means your editing is already on. So it will do the opposite. It will give it will disable all these one. So I am calling this function toggle editing on the click of this, basically click of this button. As you can see here, I am calling these functions toggle editing, this one. So this function is for that only. Now highlight event is basically when you select this, this function is for this only, for highlighting the feature. As you can see, it is map for each feature at pixel. Wherever you are clicking it, it will fetching the feature, and it will getting the geometry, feature dot get geometry, event dot coordinate, and it is creating a basically it is fetching the coordinate of the event where I am clicking it, and it is fetching the feature from here on what feature I have basically clicked. Then it is getting the attributes, feature dot get name house area attributes. It is putting it in the pop-up, and it is adding the overlay dot set position coordinate. So basically on particular coordinate where I have clicked, it is adding the pop-up. So this is for that only, this function highlight event. Then so when I click here select feature, whenever I click, so it will, suppose it is I have already, my create function is already highlighted, button is highlighted. When I click on select, it will disable all other buttons, it will disable few of the functions, and it will activate map on click highlight. So basically this function it will call, this highlight event it will call. Now I will show you create feature. When I click on the create feature, it will de-highlight all the other buttons. So basically this, it will change the color for other. It will basically it will disable the modify interaction, snapping also. And what it will do, when I click on create, as you can see here, it will get the source of the GeoJSON, means this WFS layer, and it will add the interaction.draw. we are using the open layers function of draw, and this is the type of polygon because we have polygon here. If line is there, you have to give line string, and then for point, and this source is the source. So when I click on create, this draw interaction has been added. Now also I am adding the snapping also. If you remove this, it will not snap. Like as you can see, I will, when I click here, so it is automatically snapping to when you do the basically drawing, when you draw the feature, you will feel that it is automatically snapping to the feature, nearby feature. Okay, let me delete it. So this is okay. Yeah, sorry. Yes, let me toggle editing. Yes, so this is, so it will add draw and snapping, two functions. Then it will, what I will call draw add on draw end. When I end the draw, it will create a pop-up. So this code is for that only, for creating the pop-up. It is fetching the feature which I have drawn. It has calculated the centroid of that, as you can see, centroid, and it is creating the basically pop-up. This is pop-up, basically this is the HTML component as I am creating. Okay, this is for this page. So when I create a feature, let me show you like this. So it will create two name house, two text box, okay, and it will give two buttons. These are two buttons: cancel created, sorry, save created, cancel created. Basically delete feature, save feature. When you click on delete feature, it will remove the feature. If you save the feature, it will save the feature from the database. Okay, so now, so here on this, as you can see here, it is calling this function save created, cancel created. When I click on the delete feature, so it will call this function. When I click on save feature, it will call save created. So these are these two functions are here, as you can see now. This is for saving. For saving, what I am doing, I am just fetching the value which I have added, like this, whatever value I will write here, whatever value on the click on the save, it will basically fetch the values from the text box. These are the values, and I am fetching the geometry of the feature which I have created. After that, as I have already shown you in the GeoServer, you need to write it in the GML format. So now after that, there is the open layers, there is option called format is equal to new OL format.gml, and I am writing it format.write geometry coordinates. This feature, I am writing that feature in GML. After that, as I have already shown you the script, this is my script which I have to XML script which I have to send to the basically server for inserting the feature. So this is that script. Only now you have to change your this here, your layer name. This is the geom means. Let me show you what is this geom. So if you go to any layer, let me go to buildings only. So as you can see, this layer name is here, the geom. You can check this name in your layer, then you have to modify like the geom, and here I am passing GML3, this one. So geometry which I have written in GML, I am just passing this variable here, and whatever attribute I want to update, just I am writing it top. This is my name, area. This is the field name. This is the area. Then this is house name, and these are the two variables, the value which I have entered in the text box. This, as you can see, two variables are there. So this is the script. Now this script I am sending it to Geos. How I am sending, basically I am just creating a post request to the server. As you can see, new XML HTTP request. This is the link of the GeoServer. You have to modify this port number according to you, GeoServer WFS service, and just you have to change this here. So it will send this request to the GeoServer and it will get the output. After that, it will alert feature saved successfully. I will refresh the GeoServer refresh. Basically it is refreshing the updated data and it will add. So this is for this is the main script which you have to send to the server. Now when I click on the cancel, basically whenever I click on the cancel, it will remove all the layers, it will not save it. Now for the modification, when you click on modify like this, similarly for the save, similarly what I am doing, first I am basically unhighlighting all other buttons, and I am removing the like draw. Suppose I am right now creating, so when I click on modify, first it will remove the draw interaction, snap interaction, and now here it will add the modify. There is a one function called modify function in the open layers. You click here, so it will give you, it can ask you to modify the feature like this. You can modify the feature like this, and you can click on save. So now your feature will be updated. So it will add this modify, and again it will add the snap. So you can snap for the here you can snap to any feature like this. Here it will automatically snap to that particular node. It is snapping to that particular node. Okay, here it is snapping. You want to snap it here, it will snap here, snap here. So you can snap it to the any feature like this. It will save the feature. Okay, so it has, so I have added the snap modify function. Then I am calling this function map on click highlight mod attributes. So this function is, I think, above here. Let me show you. Yeah, highlight mod attributes. So it is again create a pop-up. It will give you the two basically text box. Then again it is calling save mod feature, cancel mod feature, two function it will call. Similarly there will be this is same mod, save mod feature, pretty simple. Again I am just saving the values from the text box which I am entering. Whatever I am entering here, these values it is saving. Okay, in a variable. Then this is the basically the shape of the attribute, shape of the, if you have modified the shape of the feature, we are getting the geometry of it. Then again GML, we are writing it in the GML. Then this is the script we are using to send to the user. This is the whole script. Here you have to change your build name layer according to your need. This is the geom, as I've already shown you. This is the value of this our geometry GML. Then these you have to change. Then house name, this is the attribute name, and this is the value of that. Then this is the area, and this is the value of that. Then again we are sending it to the server. Simply XML HTTP request, post request, and just it will update. After updating, it will give the feature update successfully. Now for deleting, this is for deleting feature. Similarly what we are doing, when I select here, I will select on this suppose, and I will click delete. So it will ask you, are you sure you want to delete the feature? Simply this is the message, are you sure you want to delete the feature? It will get the, so it will remove the from the map, and then this is the script it is sending to the server, as you can see. So there is it will only send the FID, because GeoServer, what GeoServer do, when you publish your data inside the GeoServer, it will create a unique ID, FID basically. So it will give a unique name to particular feature. So I am fetching this only, as you can see here. Here if you see, I am getting the features and I am getting the FID, delete del underscore feature dot get ID. So this ID I am fetching, on which I have clicked and I want to delete. So that ID only I am passing here. FID is equal to this. So you have to just give the layer name, and you have to give the ID of that particular unique ID of that feature. So it will delete that feature. So like when I'll give OK, so feature deleted successfully. Now if you refresh it, the feature is gone. So this again the same XML request is sending to the server. Okay, this is the post data it is sending here. This is the post data. So it will basically delete the feature and save it. And this is for get info function. This get info function is basically for nothing. This for this only pop up. So when I click on the get info, it will disable this. So these are for that only. It is disabling everything. Okay. And get info, this is getting the value. It is getting the basically attributes from the server. This get info event function is this. Whenever you click here, it will get the layers. It will get the layers from this map, and it will send the request to the server. This is request, and it will get the information in HTML format, and it will show inside a pop-up. As you can see, get info URL, view resolution, info format, text HTML inside in HTML format, and we are using the jQuery for getting the, so this URL we are sending, and we are getting the data from the server, from the GeoServer. So this is the basically whole code. I tried to explain in a very short time, but as you can, what I will do, I will just attach this HTML files inside my Google Drive, and I will give the link in the description. So you can just, in whole code, what you have to do, you have to publish your layer inside the GeoServer, and you have to change just name of your layers, like this. Here you have to change in the name, this name you have to change, and yeah, this your location also, this one, these locations also you have to change, center point of your map and everything. And after that you have to change, let me show you what these things, these attribute names according to your data. If you want to add four attributes, you can just copy paste here, like you can just copy this, paste here, and you can change the name. So it will add three attributes. So similarly here, as you can see, this is for one attribute, this is for second attribute. What you can do, you can just copy this, and you can just enter it. You can make it here 3. So here you just change this name, this name, the third attribute. So n number of attributes you can fetch, and you have to change here. So just you have to modify this thing, and finally you have to change the here also, because 2 times we are asking. One is for modification, one is for creation. So at 2 places you have to change, and after that you have to change in these scripts which you are sending, XML request basically, which we are sending to the GeoServer. Here you have to change the layer name and all. As you can see, this is the layer name, this is the attributes. So suppose you want to add more attributes, so you have to copy paste just simply this top area. So you have to change the name here, top name house, and if you want to add one more, just you copy this whole line and make a enter and paste, and change this name according to the third attribute. So you can add n number of attributes like this. Similarly for modification, you have to change the layer name here, and this also for property. So if you want to add one more attribute, so you have to copy whole this property, and after that property here you have to add this now third attribute. After that you can add fourth attributes. So this you can make like this, you can change the attributes. Okay. And also I think, yeah, this is, and for deleting also, like here in deleting also you have to change the layer name for deleting a feature. So this is for one layer. What you can do, you can give a drop down also here, you can give that 2-3 layers. Then what you have to do, you have to make this URL dynamic. Let me show you. Yeah, this URL you have to make dynamic. From the drop down you can get the layer name, and you just replace that layer name here, buildings. You can make it a variable, and you can replace the variable here, so it will add those feature only. And after that, for attributes you have to make it dynamic also. Like here you are giving these attributes, so you have to using the WFS capabilities of the GeoServer, you can get all the attributes of that particular layer, and you can make a loop here, and you can keep on adding the attributes here also and here also. So that can be done. Maybe I'll try to do that in I think later on I will try to make a video. So I'll what I will do, I will try to give a drop down here. So you will select a layer first, all the layers in the GeoServer, then automatically it will fetch the attributes. So it will basically all the attributes will come here, so you can modify any attributes and then you can do. So I'll try to do that. This is for the single layer. So so you need to just simply push your data inside the GeoServer, and you have to change the layer name and attributes name in this code, and then you can run on your machine. Also you have to import these libraries if you have not installed like OpenLayers, if you have not used OpenLayers and all. So you can go through my earlier videos for that, and how to basically configure this. So like I'm using Tomcat, and inside Tomcat I have deployed the GeoServer. Then I have created one folder called WebGIS. Here this is my HTML page which I am showing you, and in that the libs folder I have pasted my all libraries like Bootstrap. This one, as you can see, this is my Bootstrap min, Bootstrap CSS and JS. These are the two libraries. Then this is OpenLayer, this is OpenLayer layer structure. Those three libraries which we are using, and then jQuery also. This is jQuery. So I am giving the link here only, 8082 WebGIS libs. So 8082 inside the web apps I have created WebGIS, then libs. So like this you have to import the libraries, and then you are good to go, and you can you will be able to do the feature editing on the WebGIS platform. So I will give the link of these HTML files in the description, so you can download it and you can try to run it on your end. So that's it guys, that's it from this video. Thank you, thanks a lot for watching.